Xin chào mọi người, quay trở lại số podcast tiếp theo của Machibuse. Hôm nay mình có một vị khách mời đến từ đội Tattoo Artist là bạn Lamie Bacon, một người bạn internet lâu năm của mình. Lam có thể giới thiệu sơ qua về bản thân được không?
Mình là Lam, mình năm nay là vừa mới 23 tuổi. Mình làm ngành xăm chắc được tầm 4 năm rồi.
4 năm.
Give or take 4 năm.
Wow.
Và mình vừa mới tự mở tiệm xăm gọi là Black Cat Tattoo Studio ở bên Trúc Bạch. Mình theo cái style nó gọi là black work này với cả ornamental, tức là nó không kiểu, mặc dù xăm rất là nhiều hình kiểu hổ báo,
nhìn rất là kiểu nhìn rất là sợ. không phải là sợ, ý là kiểu nhìn rất là bướng, gọi là bướng ấy.
Nhìn trông bướng, nhìn trông phố,
nhìn phố
cũng khá là phố,
nhìn khá là đôn đúng không?
Nhưng mà thực ra cái style xăm mình khá là thích, những cái style nó bảo là nó dịu dàng cũng không hẳn, tại vì black work nó hơi mang thể mình khá là thích horror, nhưng mà nó like bold contrast and a lot of black into it.
Thấy cái vibe của bạn nó tỏa ra cái năng lượng rất là black đúng không? Rất là kiểu các mình có thể đoán luôn gu nhạc của bạn sẽ là kiểu Joy Division.
Yeah, it's like a lot. There's a lot of music that I like, but I'd say I started out very gothically.
Ok, kể tên 3 band.
Okay.
Vào thẳng vấn đề luôn.
I used to love Bauhaus. I loved Bauhaus when I was younger. I also obviously like Suzy and stuff, and I'm definitely the Cure fan more than the Smiths.
Definitely the Cure. Just Like Heaven.
Cure. Yeah.
I thought was that New Zealand accent to be very
New Zealand,
right?
Yeah, okay.
Right.
So it started out with, I lived in Australia for
Australia. I'm sorry. Yeah.
And very similar.
Yeah, very. It's like Hanoi and Saigon.
Yeah.
Right.
But then my fiance now is English.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Very pretty. Thanks, Luke. But he's from Bristol, so I got a lot of that influence in the accent, which is Bristolian.
Oh, I see. How did you guys meet anyway?
I was a bartender in a really shitty nightclub in Hanoi, like in Teho. And
Teho.
Yeah.
The place for shitty nightclubs.
Yeah.
Yep.
With the shitty nightclubs. Yeah.
Yeah. The shitholes.
The shithole.
Yeah,
but
shit.
I gotta say it's way nicer than Old Quarter though.
Oh yeah.
As a shithole, I'd much rather the Teho shithole than the.
One is the better toilet than the other.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, but I totally but then you met him at a nightclub?
Well, yeah. I was a bartender there, and we started speaking, but we didn't really get into contact until one day I went to my friend's house and I met him there. We started talking, and yeah, we just kind of fell in love. I guess
that's sweet.
He was actually the one who got me into tattooing.
Oh.
I was in college back then, and I was really burnt out. I really didn't want to do it. Culture shock still from coming back from Australia. I couldn't really understand Vietnamese educational system. I didn't feel like it was for me, and it just made me feel like I needed to quit. I felt like I need to quit college, but then I didn't really know what to do. And then he just asked me, well, if you were to quit college now, what would be your biggest dream? And my brain just instantly went to tattooing. And he bought me my first machine and went on my first course, and 4 years later I'm opening my own studio.
Wow, congratulations about that too. So like you were lost, and then when you met your fiance, it just kind of makes sense. Life just started making sense to you.
Literally, it just makes sense. Like, I was very suicidal back then. I definitely had it's weird when you're like a suicidal teenager, so therefore you kind of don't have anything planned ahead, right?
I see. Yeah,
you didn't think that you'd make it to 18, and by 18 you didn't think that you'd make it to
19
20,
or
19, whenever. So you just had no plan, because you thought that it's no more than this is it. Like, I'm just trying to live day by day, and if I don't live the next day, it's fine.
It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah. until you meet something that you realize there's more to life.
Has there been a point in your life where you feel like you feel very nihilistic, like you feel like yeah, you told me about suicidal, but have you ever felt like life has no meaning and we're just like fucking around and finding out?
It's funny because I never really, I guess when you were a super teenager, like a super angsty teenager, like the nihilism is very tempting. I mean, like it's very easy to be nihilistic when you're a young, depressed teenager that is very angsty, all of this emotion and like very hormonal too. But as I grew, I don't think I ever genuinely like have the life has no meaning kind of mentality, but it's more like life has meaning, it's meaningful, you just have to find it. And I guess some people it's a bit harder for them to find it. I find myself like back then it was harder for me to grasp onto like hope and doing better. But then you just have to find that click one day. Sometimes just click and you have to kind of like hold on to that for dear life.
I feel like as a neurotypical, it's way hard to find meaning in your life. It's feel like your thinking mode is always on and you're doubting yourself, you're doubting others, and you know it's a constant battle. And how long has it been going on for you, like personally?
The constant battle, I think it's always gonna be a battle after the other. Like I don't think life you ever have like a moment where okay, the battle's done, because it's never gonna be done. You're gonna have the next one. You're gonna have the next one, and after each battle, you kind of have to learn how to stand stronger for the next one. Just everything is a lesson. Everything is a lesson, and just keep learning from that until one day you realize the next battle's not going to bother you as much. And you can calculate the outcome and everything.
And despite all the shitty things in life, like you have meanings like such as finding the love for your life, or I don't know, opening a tattoo store.
Careers.
Careers. And everything,
thing.
like we're so young, like we're just 23, 24, and there's a whole life ahead of us. And when we were like 18, 19, we thought that we figured it out. Like, we're gonna die before 27 anyway. And I kind of romanticized at one point about death and read a lot about, you know, our Camus and, you know, all that crap. But, well, I'm not saying his work is crap, but it can be crappy if you have like weak mentality.
Yeah, I think that for any, especially neurodivergent people growing up with a lot of creativity in their mind, read a lot, consume a lot of the pop culture and like media, even from the past, you'll develop some sort of you'll romanticize something that is not exactly correct in your life at some point, especially at a younger age. And I think it's also our responsibility to like educate yourself and grow out of it when you're a bit older. But I think it builds character, you know.
It does.
You need a little bit of spice.
I think it makes us very stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Oh yeah.
It's a cliche, like I was saying, but it's real. It's true.
Yeah. So I think that, especially at this age now, I feel like early 20s. At 16, I felt like I knew everything. You know, because I read more. I thought that I read more than. I'm not saying I did, but when you're 16, you're basically God. You're basically God yourself when you're 16, and the more you grow up, the more one day you're just gonna realize you know fucking nothing.
Oh yeah.
And that's the most freeing feeling you could ever feel. Just admit that you don't know anything.
Exactly. And then the second realization is that to me, nobody knows anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. We're just here to fuck around.
Go to the gym. No one's staring at you. I can promise you. Anyone who's about to go to the gym or just new there, no one is fucking looking at you. And like, please remember that, because everyone's like busy trying to fucking breathe.
Focusing on themselves. Yeah.
No one's looking at you. No one cares. And that's a great feeling. And I feel like that's much better than pretending to know everything and just give out false answers. Just don't pretend. Just say that I don't know. A lot of
But
people
one
have
has
that
to go
problem.
through a pretentious phase before they can, realize
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
nobody knows shit anyway.
Yeah.
Even the great philosophers, they come to the conclusion that life has no meaning and we can figure that ourselves. So
Yeah.
why not like give meanings to our lives? So I have my meaning currently is doing this podcast, but maybe like 1 or 2 years from now, it might be something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life fluctuates and you
Yeah.
have to go with it. You can't hold on to something that doesn't serve you well anymore. Either that's a relationship or a career that's like not suitable for you, or a major that you don't want to do, that you're doing it for someone else like your parents. But you do need to learn to let go and adapt to new things. Like learn new shit in your life. You know, maybe you'll find something else that you'll have more passion to.
Learn surfing, learn, sports, like,
Fuck it, go
move your
travel.
ass. Yeah.
Traveling is
Racing.
such a
Yeah.
good thing that I feel like everyone should have. And it's a luxury too, don't get me wrong. It's a luxury, it's a privilege to be able to run away from your problem. If you're sick of the city, just fucking run away,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Just go to the next city, build a different life there. I think that's a great luxury to have that I hope that young people will have like access to more.
Well, since nothing like has no meaning, we can do whatever the fuck we want,
Yeah.
and that's the luxury of
Build a new character.
Yeah, build new characters, build something.
Yeah, write a new story.
Yeah, and you told me about the switching of the cities. What's the difference between Australia and Vietnam?
Oh
the
God,
major
there's
difference.
so much. So in Vietnam, obviously I live in Hanoi, so it's a very, very chaotic kind of like lifestyle. It's
True.
fast. There's so much traffic. Everyone's loud. Everyone's like got somewhere to go. And in Australia, I lived in a smaller kind of rural town where kids got fucking nothing to do besides like just making up something, like pouring beer in a shoe and drink it in a park or something.
That's
Stealing
that's fucking
alcohol.
radical. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Just stealing like alcohol from your parents and get like,
Drunk.
grounded afterwards. So yeah, like that. Funnily enough, as nothing, as like empty as that town, not a lot of people, not a lot of things to do. I did way more than, like, I guess being a teenager in Hanoi. I didn't exactly have a lot of friends growing up. Besides being neurodivergent, I feel like there's not a lot of space created for kids to actually go out and experience life in the city, where I feel like there's a lot of going to net cafe or drinking bubble tea and
Go to a pub, go to a bar.
that's like for a little bit more grown up. But when you're 14 or like a bit like
Younger than that,
12, like, oh, I guess let's go to the movie this weekend. But then like what else is there to do?
Yeah, like you go home. You
Just be
go
a
to the movies
teenager.
and you go home. Yeah.
I think kids needs to be kids again, like teenagers.
Yeah, exactly.
Back then, phone wasn't. We had phone, but it wasn't like a stream of like just endless scrolling. It was
doom scrolling all the time. Yeah.
Just text your friend like, hey, you want to go to the park this weekend? Chase like
Sure.
a kangaroo or something.
What time? Sure.
I got chased by a turkey once, and that was the best like experience of my life.
Yeah.
Just running with your mates and like running away from a turkey with a beer in your hand or something. That was the best.
You actually mentioned something before the podcast started about got chased by crackheads. Can you share your experience about that?
Oh yes, so because there was like again nothing there, but so people got into drugs a lot, and also I was from Logan City, which is where the term Logan Bogan was born. So every 7:15 sharp in the morning, me and my friends would go to the same route of to go to school, and there's just this crackhead from a corner just chase us, pants us every day, just screaming that we stole his meth or something. So every morning I'd do like cardio going to school, which actually made me like get to school like faster.
And cardio,
and
it makes you more healthy.
Yeah, it was actually great.
Would you say is like Australia is as chaotic as Hanoi? It's just a different way.
Oh, very different, very different. One is because there's always something to do. There's always somewhere to be at. and the other one is there's nothing to do, so people create chaos like for themselves to entertain themselves. The other one, chaos, is just within everyone. It's the city itself.
And when you, as soon as you returned to Vietnam, did you feel a sense of like, oh, finally it's back to motherland and that kind of thing?
I got culture shock quite badly because I think the age that was there was a bit sensitive. When you're like at that age, you're developing your brain, and being there even for not a long time. Back then it felt so long, but when you're in high school, like your brain is developing so much. I've gone so used to just speaking English the entire time, and before that even, because I was mostly on the internet when I was younger. I grew up basically on the internet.
Yeah, me too.
My mom was also like my family on my mom's side speaks English quite often, even though we're Vietnamese.
So you say that it's less of a culture shock when you came there than when you came back?
Yeah, way less actually. I came back to Vietnam being a scaredy teenager that just got used to the life before, and now just snapped back into Hanoi and experienced the chaos in a whole different lens.
When you first hear that Dit Mẹ, the airport is like, oh, I'm finally back
God.
here. Yeah, right.
Damn, I'm in Hanoi.
Right.
Yeah. Despite that, I feel like I'm still very Hanoian, like a very lucky
Oh yeah, of course.
girl
Yeah.
myself.
Culture shock. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like coming back to Vietnam, the biggest culture shock was school. I could not understand the hierarchy and the system and the school plans, like what you learn in the book and the way the school teach.
Yeah.
It's so different because in Australia, what we do is there's a lot of, instead of the teacher teaching you something and like telling you this is the answer, memorize it, regurgitate it, learn it by heart, and write it in the test.
Yeah.
That's how you pass it, right? You memorize shit.
Yeah.
But in Australia, it was more like, okay, here are the links, here are the materials. Well, do a deep dive in this and go explore more stuff.
Research and critical thinking.
And like just like make your own presentation and everything. Like there's kind of no wrong answers, just how you would
present it.
How you write it and how like the technical stuff they'll correct you later on, but the story is your own, and your mind is still there. So there was a lot of freedom in learning, and I really enjoyed learning. I think when I have kids, I might want my family to be maybe based in Australia again.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. I want my family to be based on a different country than Vietnam, because the education here is
a bit like controversial, but I felt like with the adolescent that I had, I'd like my kid to have the same kind of like freedom and go do dumb shit.
Yeah.
But like it will be easier for you to be best friend with your kid when your kid has some sort of freedom that you're not super worried about.
Yeah, do freedom stuff and build character from that, from all the shitty experience.
Yeah, because I remember high school here was quite tough, which
like math and physics and stuff like that.
The culture shock, like I couldn't do it. Like my brain went on overload after like being in Australia. My brain went in overload, and I also couldn't understand the like hierarchy of how there's always like different groups in school, groups of people, and I didn't understand it. I also was a goth back then, which is very weird in Vietnam back then, which was like 2017. So back then it was still, I was the only goth in school for sure.
And people did not understand your style, right?
Not even that. I think they couldn't understand my lifestyle. I got really bad into alcoholism back then, which is why I actually kind of dropped out. I couldn't understand anything. I couldn't really fit in. And
isolated when you were in school.
Yeah. People weren't even mean. I think I was just a bit too tapped out, different. like mentally checked out of school.
I would not blame you because I had to rely on like illicit drugs for a while to calm myself down because like my lifestyle compared to the other kids was so different.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And I did not even go to a foreign country, and I'm a Vietnamese, so I can only imagine what happened to you.
I think there's a lot of people, especially Gen Z, that grew up on the internet, especially more of a progressive leftist that kind of learned more about, consume more of the pop culture, especially like you're getting the aftermath of like millennials growing up. So there's a lot of like the party, like glamorizing parties and stuff, and you get access to more media, and you get to see different lives. So that's how you adapt it. And again, rock stars, celebrities, like, they were on a roll back then. They were partying hard. You know?
Partying is good.
I mean, it's good to definitely, like, if you're early 20s, do not miss out.
Do not miss out on partying. Like if you're in your 30s and you miss out on partying, then poor you. Like really, don't
like settle down and just like, I don't know, don't live a one-dimensional life when you're early 20s. Your early 20s should be about passion, and by passion, you just gotta live life to the full extent.
Like watch that movie,
book that
flight, open that company.
Go have a drink in the bar.
Have a drink at the bar. Like, talk to a stranger.
Vent to strangers instead of like putting it on social media. I think that's like the biggest thing that I want to just yell at like younger people now. Instead of relying on social media to vent out your like frustration and putting your life up there, like you could make so much like memorable, great experience, like life-changing experience, just by going out and like live a human experience. Be human.
Meditate, or I don't know, join a group.
Our brain weren't supposed to program to be seeing so much of this social media like blasting in our face.
I mean, like, and the same people who vent so much online, when you talk to them in real life, they don't talk much.
No,
because they don't have the urge to talk much. Because I don't blame them, because I feel like they were unheard like a lot of times, and they were traumatized. They were traumatized.
I used to just put everything on social media, and I thought back then it was healthy for me because I have an outlet to put it out. And now fast forward to 5 years later, I'm looking back, I'm like, oh my God, you could have used a friend there. You could have used like an actual person to go out and talk to, and I did. After that, I did, and my life just went a completely different way, which is so good.
Does it cringe you out when you look back at your old posts? Because it cringes me out like just once every year. Like when I look back at the previous year, like that was me. That was me back then.
Because I feel like a happy person doesn't post every single thought on social media. A happy person doesn't do that, because when I was happy, I fucking posted nothing.
When you're happy, then you just kind of experience life.
And I often see so many people. One day I just noticed that this person stopped posting. I went on their profile. I'm just like, oh my God, you're living life.
Or there's some people who talk much in real life and also on social media. It's not mutually exclusive.
It's not.
I know some of them, but don't rely on social media too much.
That's what I mean. Like you shouldn't be relying on social media all the time. But then social media is such a big part in it's real life now. It is real life now.
The society is there. Like whole society is there.
As someone who does freelancing, well, not just freelancing anymore, owns a small business, offers services like I do tattoo, people might do nails, like freelancing, whatever service you offer, you are relied on social media to make content and get clients. That's your way to live. Like that's your basically that's how
it works now. That's basically how it works.
Get like your food and shit.
That's
how you pay your bills.
Like I never use TikTok, but whenever I post my podcast, I have to use TikTok to get it out there, because it's that's how it is.
One thing that I hate about my profession right now, I love tattooing. Oh my God, I would hold
Yeah,
the
tell me more
machine
about that because
until
I want to hear more about your tattoo experience. Yeah.
I would want to hold the machine until the day I physically can no longer tattoo anymore. But social media, I hate. I can't. It's basically being a content creator full time, but for free. You're not getting paid from this
Yeah.
to support your own profession, which is tattooing. So yeah, I do rely a lot on trying to find clients or make trying to make my business go off by just content all the time, content. And yeah, now I understand there's so much more on opening a business than just being a good artist. Being a good artist is not enough to be a business person. That's a two completely different profession. And yeah, I feel like social media has kind of made tattooing a bit harder. It's not just word of mouth anymore. It's always what am I going to post next? If I don't post this week, is Instagram going to shadow ban me? What can I post? What can I not post? I'm running out of ideas. Like just constantly like what to post now.
And it's less of a passion now. It's more of like what content can I create? Yeah, obligation. What content can I create next?
Yeah, what instead of the time that I could be spending on what to draw now? Like what's inspiring me? Whether like I can watch a movie to inspire myself to like create a flash that I like, or I just have to scroll Instagram for an hour trying to see like what's my next idea for an Instagram
what's the
reel?
next plan?
Yeah, and it's just all regurgitating. As the more I'm into like learning the Instagram algorithm, I've seen that not just me but many other like the mass of the tattoo industry are also now burnt out, and all we're trying to do is just regurgitate a video. So it's the same video by 10,000 different tattoo artists, because we can't have the brain capacity to just think of new stuff anymore. It's just our brain's gonna go into overdrive, so we're relying on just regurgitating the same content until there's something new popped up that will abuse that also.
And it's very competitive, right?
Yeah.
And it relies a lot of the brain rot capacity of that it can bring. Like I feel like what attracts people now is just brain rot content.
Yeah, skits like stupid
skits. Shit. Not even skits. Like it's like meaningless shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really hard, especially in a profession that you rely more on curations of aesthetic, where like a lot of people don't want to like. For me, for example, I don't want to do skits. I don't want to do like just brainlessly funny video. I like funny videos, but that's not going to be the only. Like that's not the content that I'm striving for. I'm doing
not your kind of humor.
Yeah, and again, I'm trying to show off my tattoo, my work.
Your work, what actually matters.
That's I find is a positive thing is that I find that with tattooing now, it's not just about aesthetic anymore. It's not just about like how do I say the style anymore, because there are thousands, like millions of tattoo artists with the same style as you. What you're selling is basically yourself, like personality on the internet. Like who are you as a person? If I was a client, would I want to be spending 10 hours with this person on like being very vulnerable?
Yeah.
You're in pain. You're in a lot of pain if you're doing a long tattoo. Like tattoos are painful. So if I were to spend this much time, this much money, would I want to like be around this person for that
I see.
amount of
Is it
time?
worth it, right?
Yeah. And again, that's one thing that I love so much about tattooing is that the amount of people I get to meet, the amount of exchange of people from so many different backgrounds, careers, like places on earth, like different lives. Sometimes I feel like I live 5 different lives in a day.
Oh,
you know?
wow.
Like the stories that they have, the vulnerability of another human. It's such a human experience that I cherish so much.
And the reason behind each tattoo is like a whole complete story behind that.
You create a life bond with someone. Sometimes I tattoo someone who's new to the city, someone who's about to leave the city, and it's funny thing is sometimes I'm the last person that they see in the city. Not friends, not family. Just want a quick tattoo before I go.
Oh,
And
that's so wholesome, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, and like we just sit there for hours, just like tattooing, like talking, and you're kind of like a therapist at this point. You're listening to all their problems, and sometimes you realize, like, fuck, they've never told anyone else but me about these stories. I have people coming out to me,
and it's very therapeutic for you too, right?
Yeah. It's a great feeling when you realize someone's confiding in you, being vulnerable with you, because you kind of, in a way, feel chosen. Like, hey, I bring enough of a good vibe that this person trusts me completely, to be trusted completely.
And they're very vulnerable, and you kind of share this energy with them.
It's a very, very wholesome feeling.
And tattooing is only a part of that. It's more like a connection between people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the connection, human connection, is probably my favorite thing about tattoo. It's definitely my favorite thing, that you get to just see so many lives in front of you without having to travel, without having to book a ticket.
I think it's the same with bartending.
Yeah, you learn so much from people. You learn so much. Yeah, bartending and tattooing are quite therapizing.
And
it's like both very therapizing.
Yeah.
Kind of like you bring a service, and you also bring this kind of like therapy session feeling to them.
Top 5 most educational, like,
safe space. It's just, you create a safe space for like people. That's why I quite like having like a private studio too, because I've worked at big studios before, and both are great. Like, I still have connections with clients, but with a bigger studio, especially when it's a bit more of a a commercial studio, where it's kind of like a quick stamp post, because you have so many people in the studio. You have a client, so instead of taking your time, I tell my clients all the time, like, we're gonna take time. Like, it's not gonna be a fast one, because besides tattooing, we're gonna talk a lot. We're gonna talk so much.
Yeah, actually, because when you're tattooing, there's not a lot to do besides talking.
Yeah,
and you just kind of talk and
you
talk.
Lock in for a bit, and then you talk. It fluctuates very organically. But with a bigger studio, that kind of vulnerability is a bit like taken away a little bit.
Yeah, you have to be professional.
Yeah, besides being professional.
But when you have your own studio, then you can be more, personal about your tattoos.
Yeah, that's how I like. That's how I want to run my studio. I want it to be a safe space for, especially, I feel like tattooing is such a male-dominated field. So, and I like, it's great too. Don't get me wrong. I feel like the vibes are very different, but it's a bit more intimidating for, especially girls who just got their first tattoo, or queer people who are not very comfortable in places that you have to be exposed so much, and not a lot of like that needed feminine energy in a space.
The environment I think it's in Vietnam, like, it's a male dominant field in Vietnam.
Oh, very.
Yeah, very exclusive to a type of subculture that is hip hop and the racing boys subculture.
Yeah.
But it's not like the goth subculture or other kinds of tattooing.
I want a place for like the alternative social outcasts or whatever.
Cure listeners.
I want my cure listeners. But also just people who want to feel just completely free,
Yeah,
there's no judgment. There's it's just a nice, safe space for everyone to come and like get stamped and just chat for hours. I've had like people coming in and just spilled their entire, like someone who just got like dumped by their ex, just booked a session, and we just karaoke for like hours after we finished the tattoo.
That's very heartwarming. It feels like you're doing a lot to the people who, you can identify with as a 14-year-old. Like
Yeah.
when you were 14, you would wish that you could have a place like that, and now
Yeah.
you're making the space
Yeah.
for people who,
That is true.
Yeah.
Just like nurturing my inner child by just taking care of this this
Very
studio.
healing, very healing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Like it's so nice. I've learned to actually open up more too. Like as Vietnamese, I think most people have a problem with opening up because growing up, no parent's gonna talk about their feelings.
Yeah.
Especially when you're in that generation too. They're not. We don't talk about our feelings enough. Vietnamese
We don't,
people.
like,
We don't. We need to.
90% of the time we don't.
We don't, and we suppress it so much that it comes out in like ways that you would not want to like snap at your loved ones just because you've been holding something in so much.
Yeah.
But I've learned to actually, besides having my amazing fiance, I think I had troubles with opening up with anyone else, and by having my own studio, my space, and talk to so many different people like that in a deeper level, was very like it's definitely a development, like a true character development moment.
And whenever you're doing a tattoo like session, do you feel like you're going deep into your subconscious mind and their subconscious mind too?
Yeah. Yes, I feel
Right?
like yeah, it's almost like a telepathic kind of
Telepathic.
like connection at that moment because we're in this shit together.
Yeah.
We're in the same boat now. Like your arm hurt, my back hurts.
And
we're
it's
hurting.
and it's gonna be permanent for a while.
Oh, dude, those sessions that are 10 hours, like you make a life bond right there. You make a lifelong bond right there. It's just like, it's like when it's like past 1 a.m.
Yeah.
You finally finishing, you both sit there just like, okay, wow, like
So-
soldiers.
Yeah. So like you
front
feel like,
line together.
wow. So like that was awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I love so much about tattooing, and I'll do it till the day I die.
Oh, and you're also a model. And how long have you been a model?
So I wouldn't put like a time on it, but I think I've been doing freelancing for a while, and I'd say that I'm not any sense, I think, a professional model, but especially
Just
with
here
my,
and there, and
yeah,
just,
here and there. Some jobs I like, some jobs I
You don't
ass
like,
with.
yeah.
But
But you kind of have experience under your belt to posing and stuff.
yeah, definitely tattooing has interfered a lot. I think before I had
Your main
tattoos-
passion
before
is
I had
that.
tattoos, I definitely had more gigs, but now I feel like it's a bit typecasted. Actually, most of the jobs now I get, whether it's filming or a project for a brand, I feel like I get typecast to the Giang-ho, Yakuza.
Jiangho, yeah.
Kind
Well,
of like
it's kind of understandable in a
Yeah.
Vietnamese context, but yeah.
it's fine. I don't have a problem with it, I think. But it's funny when it comes to filming. I'm always the chị đại.
She died. I actually watched one of your like movies, like so short movies. I think
Oh
the
my
director
God.
was my friend. His
I
name is
think,
Dương
some,
Chen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn, that's so long ago.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so long ago.
Circle, guys, circle. But yeah, like small town.
Yeah.
Small
Oh,
town.
Hanoi is small. I think everyone
Yeah.
in the creative scene knows each other.
I think
Everyone knows.
I think Vietnam is kind of small. Like in
yeah.
Dalat, like everyone
long.
knows about like me. And when I bump into like tattoo artists, and when I mentioned Lamie Bacon, they said, yeah, I know her.
It's funny. I mean, like, I think, I don't know why, but I'm not very much in tune with just the social circle. I'm quite more reserved for myself when it comes to creative scene. Besides my real life circle friends, I don't really know or talk to a lot of like people I know on social media, even though I feel like there's like definitely more people that knows me than I know them personally.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Because I'm a bit oblivious when it comes to social media. I'm very oblivious. I don't really know the drama or what's going on social media.
But you're a character in that, in the
it's
social media
weird.
scenes,
When I
right?
walk around, sometimes I go to the gym or just doing my day-to-day life, I still get people coming up to me like, are you Lamie Bacon?
Yeah,
And
people recognize you.
It feels very surreal. It's just like, oh my
Yeah.
God, yes, you know me.
Yeah, and you did not even know that like they know you, like
Yeah,
that like you're. I mean, you're kind of aware that people kind of knows you, but not that much, right? Yeah,
no. It's sometimes when it happens, I'm like, oh wow, like so like very glad that you know me, but also wow, so
Wow,
strange.
surreal. That's very
Yeah.
strange. Right?
Also, people still bring up my Facebook page when I was like, I created when I was 16 years old. Lamie Bacon. And like, yeah.
Oh, that was a classic. That's a classic. Even my high school
Dude, I
friends
did not
like
know
shared
that
it.
people like it was such a culture moment.
Yeah, they kind of influenced the popular culture for a
Yeah,
while.
I just created a page one day, decided to like post all of my shit posting on there, and I just like thought people that didn't agree with me.
Did you know that you were a legend for a while? For a brief moment, you were a pop cultural legend. Like
Yes,
seriously.
I still got people messaging me sometimes like, oh my god, like I've been following you since then, and or people popping up in real life saying like bringing up that page like I used to follow you when I was like 14, 15. I was like, damn.
I think trauma brings the humor inside.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
The most traumatized kids have the best humor. Remember
Yeah,
that.
and recently me and my friend are just like, oh my god, there's still people sharing it even like years later, like lots of people sharing it. And
Don't you have like 2 or 3 pages? Like,
no, just one. I had only that page.
what about a page when this thing could be an album cover?
Oh, that was my friend actually.
That was
I had
your
nothing
friend.
to do with that. She was
Okay.
a photographer.
Oh, okay,
Shout
okay,
out
I
to
see.
Miha. But
Shout-
yeah.
Yeah, she was supposed to be like on
Yeah.
on the episode, but
Yeah.
it rains all last week,
Oh,
so
yeah,
we
she's a
can.
legend. I love
Yeah.
her. She's one of my OG girls for sure.
Don't we
Uh,
have?
don't
I
we
know
have?
I know you're watching this. I know you're watching this.
But yeah, yeah, she was a great photographer. We used to like fool around, and just like do some photo shoots here and there. But yeah, she created that page, which I felt like it was very Tongmiha at the time. You know?
Very Tongmiha,
yeah.
Esky, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like I feel like any cool neurodivergent kid had like a phase of just making a little Facebook
Yeah,
page
it's just
and
like
posting bullshit on there sometimes.
and kind of influence the whole
Yeah.
making a movement for a brief
Yeah.
moment, and then they
Yeah.
kind of stop and it's like chill, and then they
Yeah.
kind of stop.
I miss that when everything weren't like serious. Like no one was fucking serious back then, you know?
Yeah, it's so fucking fun back then.
Now it's more about like curating how you look and how like affect you and everything. Back then I didn't care about anything.
Now we care more about
Yeah.
hustling. I think hustling.
Yeah, the
hustling.
hustle culture has done in this economy.
And
You
kids,
kinda have
this
to.
economy.
Yeah. As a stigma for tattooing, I feel like a lot of young people got fooled into or had romanticized it themselves, which is if I become a tattoo artist, that will be easy money, and you just need to learn to tattoo, and then people like clients will come flying into you. Not in this economy, honestly.
Yeah.
Tattooing is hard. Being a tattoo artist is hard, and it's not just the kind of like old school apprentice has to suffer mentality. Just learning tattoo and to be genuinely good at it is very
hard.
So, of course, I don't condone the toxic apprentice must suffer, like abusing apprentice kind of culture at all. I think it's like awful.
Yeah.
You need to pick a good mentor that cares about you, that gives you constructive criticism that you will actually learn from, than con men who take apprentice like people's money
Yeah.
just to get a free staff. you
Yeah,
know?
I see. Yeah.
That's the shitty part. But as an apprentice, as someone who's like in a profession that you're carving someone, you're leaving a mark on there for life. It's like it's that serious, yes. But you do need to be a bit more tough-skinned, I think, because a bad day at the office when it comes to tattooing is not just a normal 9-to-5 job. You get scolded
Yeah.
by your boss. You're actually like you're fucking up someone's skin.
Yeah, it's permanent.
Yeah, and that's not a nice feeling. You go home and you will, even if you think about it for a week, that person's gonna live with it for years until they remove it.
Yeah, they can remove
Or
it.
they might die with it,
and
you know?
you're gonna pay for it. You're
Yeah,
gonna pay
you
for
get
all that.
reminded of it all the time.
Has it ever anything remotely like that happen to you? Like,
Oh, when I first started out, yeah, like
shit.
when you're new and the machine itself, you need to get used to the vibration and everything. It was very scary jumping from fake skin to real skin, because now you know this is the real shit.
Yeah.
And you continue to learn. You continue to learn. I think I've fucked up once when the first tattoo that I ever done, like on a client that is not my fiance. Like it was so bad at the end. It was like 200K.
Ah.
And at the end, I just looked at her. I was like, I can't even take your money. Like,
But
no.
that was very small, right?
Yeah, it was quite small, but still enough. If you have like dignity, it really hurts your ego, and obviously not just your ego, but it's not nice to see that you've done a bad job at something you've spent so much time on learning, like devoted your
Yeah.
life to. But then it gets better. It's like I was a bit nihilistic at some point. I was like, oh my God, will I ever be good at this? But it's completely normal you're not going to be good right away when it comes to tattooing. You're not. Like, no matter how good you think you are, you're not going to get it right the first time.
You have to go through a phase when you doubt yourself before you
Yeah.
can be like excellent at that.
It took me over 2 years, and I think it speaks for a lot of tattoo artists to actually get the foundation down, all the basics, all the technique down to the T, like to pull a line or to shade or to pack something, and you're still gonna continue to learn after that too. But can you imagine you spent a year, 6 months more on apprenticing, and then it takes you another 2 years to actually build that foundation to the point where you're confident enough to just say, I'll nail this. And then after that, you kind of have to learn to figure out your own style.
Yeah, and that's the harder part. Yeah.
And you have to select the techniques that you're going to have to master at. Then after getting it down, you have to master the art
that your own style.
Yeah. So I think for someone who's neurodivergent, like having my own style is a bit hard, because I find myself jumping a lot.
ADHD.
Yeah, I can't stick to one, because I feel like just one style cannot define me, because I have one style, ornamental. I love tattooing it. I love the technique, engraving. I love the technique, but I have more fun designing something else that is a lot less like popular, like surrealism, but more of my kind of niche references and stuff. But that's a lot harder for people to get, you know?
Yeah, but it's not like it can be a tattoo design.
Yeah.
It just be your own design.
How many people in the city is gonna get a fucking flea back tattoo, you know?
Of course, yeah. Nope. But you love doing what you do, and well, you have to do the hustle. The hustle
you
anyway.
just gotta hustle it out. So I definitely have a lot of respect for people in this profession long enough, because I guarantee you this is a profession that you have to have passion. If you don't have passion for tattooing, if you're not built for it, you're not built for it. Definitely, that's one profession that I can be sure.
That's definitely worth it in the long run. Like for 2-3 years, very tough, but then after that, it's kind of easier and get easier with times.
Yeah, it eases out, but obviously you have like different battles and everything with the how the economic state is like fluctuating. I feel like tattooing is a lot harder than it used to be. With, again, I've mentioned the social media algorithm topic, but yeah, for younger tattoo artists and even people in the profession, you have to learn to adapt to actually go with the flow, and the flow is of waves of new fucking text and, just there's gonna be a lot of changes for the tattoo industry in the future,
and I hope you are gonna be like one of the major changes. Influential, as influential as your meme phase.
I think that I'd love to see more. I've seen many more women in this field, and every one
That's a
of them
good
are
sign.
so fucking badass. I love like more of the seeing more of the feminine energy coming into tattooing in these years. One of my
I'm happy to hear that, actually. Yeah.
yeah, like so many great artists, and I'd love to like be one of the bigger
Prominent figures.
prominent figures in the field. One of my favorite tattoo artists ever. She's also, I used to work with her. She's my ex-boss. Is only fan of Phương Fan. She's a great Vietnamese traditional tattoo artist. And
Traditional art.
yeah,
Wow.
it's not even like, it's not
Yeah, not even the kind of
not Japanese traditional, not old school American
Vietnamese
but
traditional.
it's Vietnamese traditional. And I think that's also new kind of like subculture of tattooing I've seen happening in Vietnam.
And you do fusion that with the
Yeah.
alternative, and you can kind of get something, right?
Vietnamese traditional goes hard. I gotta say, Vietnamese traditional tattoo goes so hard. You got Đông Hồ, like come on.
Oh, yeah.
That's so classic.
I mean, that's on par with any Japanese,
Right?
yeah.
Like, dude, Đông Hồ goes hard for tattooing.
And that's like the minefield for us to dig,
Yeah.
and then kind of
Just
fusion
surfaces.
and experiments and
Yeah, just the surfaces of the Vietnamese art, that like beautiful art that you could like
Vietnamese pop culture,
into-
guys.
yeah. goes hard.
Goes very hard. Yeah.
Yeah. So Vietnamese traditional is becoming very prominent now with especially tourists, people coming to Vietnam to specifically get those tattoos.
Yeah, because if they cannot get it anywhere else, then Vietnam's the only place they can get it. And,
Right.
and why would they get like, I don't know, like the cure tattoo in Vietnam when they can get it in
That's
Britain?
why I struggle, because like
Yeah.
my brain, I get a bit like tunnel vision, and when I like something and I get hyper fixated on something, that's the only like thing I could see to create.
Yeah.
So sometimes I know what I need to design to create to get more, well, make an income, a better income. But also because I'm so tunnel vision with this other thing, it's very hard for me to like fake the like desire and inspiration.
I see.
know?
Yeah. Well, I think it's today Hanoi has had a lot of traffic jam, so we're gonna wrap this up. But thank you so much for coming to our
No worries,
podcast
it's,
today.
Yeah, it's been a really nice time just chatting about like
Thank you.
my passion and everything.
And come to Machibuse sometimes for
Oh,
a
yeah.
city pop,
Yeah,
at the
it's
weekends.
beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.